'Tis Bickerstaff his guest, though we all took it for a jest. Partridge is dead, nay more, he died ere he could prove the good squire lied. Strange, an astrologer should die without one wonder in the sky. Not one of all his crony stars to pay their duty at his hearse. No meteor, no eclipse appeared, no comet with a flaming beard. The sun has rose and gone to bed, just as if Partridge were not dead, nor hid himself behind the moon to make a dreadful night at noon. He at fit periods walks through Aries, how our earthly motion varies, and twice a year he'll cut the equator, as if there had been no such matter. Some wits have wondered what analogy there is twixt cobbling and astrology, how Partridge made his optics rise from a shoe sole to reach the skies. A list the cobbler's temples ties to keep the hair out of his eyes, from whence 'tis plain the diadem that princes wear derives from them, and therefore crowns are nowadays adorned with golden stars and rays, which plainly shows the near alliance twixt cobbling and the planet science. Besides, that slow-packed signboat is, as 'tis miscalled, we know not who 'tis. But Partridge ended all disputes, he knew his trade and called it boots. The horned moon which heretofore upon their shoes the Romans wore, whose wideness kept their toes from corns, and whence we claim our shoeing horns, shows how the art of cobbling bears a near resemblance to the spheres. A scrap of parchment hung by geometry, a great refiner in barometry, can like the stars foretell the weather. And what is parchment else but leather, which an astrologer might use either for almanacs or shoes? Thus Partridge by his wit and parts at once did practice both these arts, and as the boding owl, or rather the bat, because her wings are leather, steals from a private cell by night and flies about the candlelight, so learned Partridge could as well creep in the dark from leathern cell, and in his fancy fly as far to peep upon a twinkling star. Besides, he could confound the spheres and set the planets by the ears. To show his skill, he Mars could join to Venus in aspect malign, then call in Mercury for aid and cure the wounds that Venus made. Great scholars have in Lucian read, when Philip, king of Greece, was dead, his soul and spirit did divide, and each part took a different side. One rose a star, the other fell beneath the mended shoes in hell. Thus Partridge still shines in each art, the cobbling and stargazing part, and is installed as good a star as any of the Caesars. Our triumphant star, some pity show on cobblers militant below, whom roguish boys in stormy nights torment by pissing out their lights, or through a chink convey their smoke, enclose it artifices to choke. Thou high exalted in thy sphere mayst follow still thy calling there.
manly art. And Vulcan, wheedled by his wife, will forge for thee a paring knife. For want of room by Virgo's side, she'll strain a point and sit astride, to take thee kindly in